Welcome back to Getting Her to Say I Do, my video dating vlog as I go through the journey of healing, loving myself, discovering who I am, um, dating, finding someone I like enough to pursue a relationship and engaging them, entering a relationship and engagement, and then ultimately marriage. That is the goal. So let's see. I had a date. The date went wonderful. The young lady was absolutely way more in person than she was over the phone. So it was definitely worth the wait. Um, Still single though. Uh, she's gorgeous, very attractive. So yeah, that's that. Have not had a second date, but we still talk pretty regularly on the phone, and I'm very much interested in her. So, real quick, I am very ignorant when it comes to women and also a lot of culture. So, I have been listening to this podcast from these three black women, and it's called Truth's Table. I would definitely recommend it if you are a believer, if you are a black believer, and especially if you are a female who is black, who is a believer, but also if you're female. They make room at the table for all women and all Christians, and they deal with tough subjects and topics. And today they spoke about objectifying women or objectification. So I was talking to this young lady, and I, like, from the very beginning, before I even engage anyone, I let them know that physical attractiveness or physical appearance matters to me. I need you to be fine, and I also need you to keep your body, like, in shape. If you were in shape when I met you and we got together, I expect you to stay that way because that's what I desire. That's what I signed up for. Obviously, women will change as they have kids and as they age and things like that. But in my mind, you should do your level best to stay in shape. So I was complimenting this young lady on her physique, and she said that I was objectifying her, or she didn't say that I was objectifying her, but it felt like objectifying. Something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure, but I heard her and I was like, whoa. Hold on, just a minute. And I was like, wait, what? So as these women began going through this, their experiences, and they gave this definition, and it's where you limit a person based off of their physical appearance or by a limiting to a to sexualization or sexualizing them. So if you focus on her butt or her breast or her lips or her shape, or whatever that, and you limit her to that use or function, that's objectifying a woman. And I quickly realized as these women were sharing their experiences that I definitely do that. And so it's amazing to me that like the whole idea of the person that I want to spend my life with is wrapped around her physical appearance. Like, that matters to me almost more than anything, because I want to sleep with you, and I want you to bear my children, and I want to be intimate with you and close with you. I am going to see you every day for the rest of my life. I want to be attracted to you. But even more so than that, the entire desire that I have for a relationship is somewhat based in lust. And that's the word. So realizing this and understanding this, because of these women sharing their experiences, sharing their perceptions and their situations, I quickly understood this and realized this. And I also realized that we kind of do this in church also. And they talked about some abuses that have taken place and also things like that. So I quickly realized that I'm very ignorant regarding this and surrounding this. So I began looking for education and understanding in that regard and respect, because I'm likely going to have a daughter. She's going to be so cute, and I'm going to twist her hair and I'm going to play with her and hang out with her and stuff. but I don't want to objectify my daughter because that's gross for one. But also, they were talking about Serena Williams and like her rejection of like you trying to make her be whatever she wants to be. She's a goddess. But I don't want my daughter to have those ideas, and I don't want to put them on her or my son to teach him those ideas and to put them on him, and they grow up with that same mindset. And frame for thinking where they're judging people based off their physical appearance or their function, or their desired function for them. And it's somewhat manipulative also, I believe. And so I'm thinking back to like, man, when I call a woman thick, or when I say you have a nice feature, or you look this way or that way, like, that's inappropriate for one. Like, I've never thought about this. Someone's like, I don't like that. And it seems like it's rooted in lust for two. And three, like, you supposed to be my sister. I don't need to be checking you out physically. So struggling with that, dealing with that, trying to figure that out and get it taken care of. Yeah. So that. What else? I've been shopping a lot. Need to set a budget. I've organized a lot more also, and I've got some decorations, so that's been pretty dope. I still have my dating apps. There's like 2 that I preference, or 3 that I still have or kind of keep around. But 2 that I preference. And yeah, it's weird because I'm not in a relationship, but I'm very interested in pursuing a relationship with this young woman, to the point that I find myself saying things and doing things that are almost like I'm in a relationship. But because she's so intelligent, I love it, because I learn from conversations that we have together. She's very, very like cautious. Like, I'm not finna just jump in a relationship. So it's also forced me to learn her, to understand her, to know her before diving into a relationship and falling completely in love. Mind you, I'm a hopeless romantic, so I've fallen for her 2 or 3 times over, and I've had to guard my heart and say, heart, take a step back and evaluate the situation. And so it's given me time to really gauge and see what I want, what I don't want, where I want to be, where I don't want to be. And it's so dope because, like, hanging out with her, like when we went on the date, physically, gorgeous, just gorgeous. Great personality, super sweet. Physically, everything is there for me. But more so, the more that we talk and I'm not physically able to see her, the more I hear her heart, I hear her mind, I hear her perspective, her ideologies, I hear her desires and her needs. And so we're beginning to cultivate this relationship that's not based off of physical touch or physical appearance, but off of intellect and emotion, which I think women desire, but they're deprived from because many people only experience intimacy through sex or through physical relationship. So I think it's amazing, but also even more so than that, like, I've had some conversations with God because I'm here for marriage. I ain't here for none of that other stuff. Like, I'm here for marriage. And so I've submitted my relationship or my desire for a relationship to God. And I look real light skinned. And I was like, hey, God, I like her. Very much interested in her. I think she's awesome. Is it okay if I pursue her? And while I have not received confirmation or gotten a yes or a no, it's forced me to be intentional with the friendship part of the relationship rather than the relationship part of it. I still call her beautiful. I still call her gorgeous. I still comment on her physical attractiveness, not like body, but just her being attractive. But it's also caused me to shift and not just comment on my attraction to her, but to comment on the friendship side of her, to check on her, to see how she's doing, and to just listen to her and understand her and know her, which is so dope. Dating has been awesome. I went to an art show this evening, and it was actually a date that I had planned for us, but she had to work. And I went to this place just to go check it out because it's an indoor garden. And I thought we could have a picnic there and it would be climate controlled and that'd be dope. So I'm doing and becoming the man that I want to be because the woman that she is also. And as we talked about dating and somewhat, she made it very clear that she wanted to date a certain type of man that would allow her to be the type of woman that she wanted to be. And I thought that was so good. Um, and I was telling my brother about it. I was like, man, like, obviously relationships are available. Anybody can be in a relationship. But the object is not to settle for anyone, but to date someone who will allow you and groom you to be the best you, or the you that you desire to be and you want to be. So as I'm having this conversation with her, I realize, oh, I don't know who I want to be. I don't know what I know the type of man that I want to be. I want to be a provider. I want to be a protector. I want to be a comforter. I want to be emotionally healthy and available. I want to be physically attractive. I want to be a lead. I want to be a head, a spiritual head. Um, and I want to be playful and joyful and present. That's the type of man that I want to be. So now understanding this, what steps am I taking to become that man or be that man? So that's where I'm at right now. And so as I'm waiting on God to give me confirmation on yes or no, I can pursue this relationship. I've submitted it to him, so his word is final. I'm not completely invested, all the way invested into this relationship to where if God says no, it's going to hurt me to walk away. It will be difficult because I really do like her and care for her as an individual. I believe that we could still remain friends because the cultivation of the friendship over the relationship. But at the same time, because I've submitted it to God and allowed God to take precedence in this, he knows what's best and he sees and understands things that I don't or may not or I may overlook because of infatuation. But also one reason that I'm not pursuing her aside from what God is saying or has not said, is that I am trying to figure out how to provide and give her the things that she's expressed that she already desires. So for me, I'm intentionally dating. While I'm not dating, I'm intentionally pursuing. And while I'm not pursuing, I'm intentionally preparing for pursuit when God allows me to pursue. I believe when God allows me to pursue, then it will be a dating because we're already in that kind of understanding mode. Yeah, so that I went to an art show tonight too, which was dope. The artists were dope. The art was dope. It was super. It was about black resilience, and it was amazing. Great time. It was therapeutic because I could think back to when I was a little kid and my mom worked at the place where it was, and it was therapeutic for me to go and just kind of be there, be present, in that. And I got dressed up and I looked nice. I got my hair retwisted. It's all healthy and shiny and nice. My hair has almost been up for a full year. So in April, it'll be a year. I got braids in April, I think, or maybe March or May. Either way, in April, I'm going to take my hair down. I'm going to take my twist out and actually twist it out. I'm going to deep wash it, get to, all that scrubbing in there. I shampooed my hair yesterday, and then I just moisturized it and twisted it up. But I'm going to take it down and scrub that, get all that pores and all that stuff, all that junk out my hair. And cut my hair, I got a nice little cut, nice little fade on her, little boy. Trim that up, looking all cute, got my beard all trimmed. And yeah, man, I ain't worked out not a one time this year, ain't ran nowhere. So that but yeah, I've been staying in the house, keeping my head down, and kind of dealing with some of this emotional stuff with the passings. Mom passed away, grandpa passed away, about a month away from each other. It's crazy. Just dealing with that and loving on my family. And just trying to find God in all of it and stay close to him and discern and hear his voice. It's pretty much it, man. So I'll come in maybe next week and deal with some other stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in and getting her to say I do. I love you guys. Be blessed. Happy New Year. Be great.